You know, so many fishing shows, understandably, focus almost entirely on fishing from a boat. And that's understandable. A lot of times their sponsors and so forth are boat dealers, and I can certainly identify with that. But somewhere along the way, we've lost the idea of just getting out and walking a nice stream or pond. Today we're going to do some stream fishing here on the new Buckeye Angler, and we invite you to come along. One of the most important things in walking a stream and doing a little bit of hiking, we have some very severe hills here behind us, and you can see where we had to come down. So it's pretty tough, it's good exercise, but something to keep in mind is minimizing your gear. You don't want to carry around that piece of, you know, that tackle box that looks like it was made by American Tourister. You need something small, no bigger than this, and this is even a little bit big to carry. But you can see I have an assortment today. I brought one buzz bait, one surface bait, in case there's a surface strike. It's kind of overcast today in late September. But I got a lot of plugs that I can use in the current that have a lip, so when you throw into the current, your bait isn't immediately carried away. The bait digs into the current. Two things to remember about stream fishing. You always walk upstream. If you walk downstream, you'll always be muddying the water and having a potential to spook the fish that are downstream from you. So you always walk upstream. You always go this way. People in a canoe or a small boat, because it's more work, or they may not have an electric trolling motor battery of sufficient power or one at all, they like to go with the current because it's easier. But they're really hurting their chances. The other good advantage in walking upstream is you're throwing up, so your bait comes back with the current. That's in a natural manner that the fish are used to feeding. They pick off bait as it comes downstream, and you're going to be maximizing your chances of dealing with that. Here, once again, you can see a variety of plugs, nothing real big, that we'll try today. I brought one outfit. You only want to bring one. There's no reason to carry around an arsenal because you got to maintain your balance and walk these hills. And if I had to have one outfit for this stream fishing, open face spinning gear, light action, 6-pound line, just some basic stuff, nothing fancy. Something that's appropriate for the baits I'm going to be throwing. And let's see how we do. Another thing you want to try to do is hold your rod up. When you're reeling your bait in, you want to hold your rod up so that you're not allowing slack line to land on the water and carry your bait away, and you'll always spend all day fighting against that. We're starting off with a little mini shad wrap. You can see him working over those rocks. Looks good in the water. Here we go. Well, I've caught bigger smallmouth. Gotta be careful, I got him right behind the eye. Look at that beautiful little specimen of the greatest freshwater fish that swims. Look how perfect he is. Already hitting baits half his size. Look at that fish. Look at that fish go. And I have severe doubts we'll get him in. Look at that fish. He's just too big for 6-pound line on a light action rod. The bait coming through the water. It looks a lot like the shad that are the main food source in the river here. Whoa! Whoa! What a good fighter. Man, oh man. I'm telling you, this fish is putting on a show. And there he is down there. Look at that fish. Look at that. You know what hit this shad wrap? A carp. Of all things. There he is over on the other side in that tree. Gonna try to get the line. We only have 6-pound line, and that looks like about a 10 or 12-pound fish. Let's see what we picked up here. He's right in front of us now. I'm watching the line right here in front, our cameraman. Look at that fish go. Look at him go. This is a test of angling ability, I'll tell you that much. Look at that. I wonder what the record is in this river, and I have severe doubts we'll get him in. Look at that fish. He's just too big for 6-pound line on a light action rod. But let's see in this, and then you add the current to it, and I've got all my excuses lined up. Look at that fish on 6-pound line. I'm going to try to work my way out here. Don't want to horse him. If he gets in that water, I'll tell you, he makes strong runs. When he hit, it sounded like someone threw a bathtub in the water. There, maybe I've got a little control on him now. Look at that fish. He'll find that water, I'll tell you. I would say, excuse me, this may be, just guessing, 10 to 15 pounds. See him. So there he is, 6-pound line on a shad wrap. And we're going to liberate this monster. You're on your own, pal. Me and one of the cameramen were just talking about how fishing is always supposed to be pleasure. That was dangerously close to being work. I've noticed that when I relax and take a break and have a seat, they quit biting. Probably it has something to do with the bait not running as deep when I sit down as when I'm standing up. That's probably the main thing. And once again, the thing to remember, fishing with the current. It's not 100%. I've caught them against the current, but it's quite rare. You know, something I wanted to point out. Fishing is supposed to be therapeutic and fun. Now, you always have sacrifice and a little bit of work, and we're getting some exercise today. But don't get frustrated, because one aspect of fishing in any current, especially from shore, you're going to get snags. It's going to happen. You may not see them on all the TV shows, but it's going to happen. So be prepared. Have some extra baits. Be prepared to maybe get a little wet. Don't wear a tuxedo or something. And when you go out, be prepared and don't let it affect your fishing. Use the baits you have faith in, not something that you think might not get stuck. Use what works.